Play next match.
Traveling to
Beckwith Park. What? I'm glad we read it out loud, because before that I read it as Beckwood. Man, I don't know how often we've been doing this, and I go to read something and I just misread it horribly.
Oh, I do that all the time too. There's one of the biggest things like that is my whole life the Pokemon what is it, Rattata is what it actually is?
Yeah.
I always in my head I always called him Ratatat or something like that, which isn't what it is because it's just like R's, A's, and T's everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And
I
just
totally
like,
understand.
Yeah, Ratatat. And
Yeah.
then you said his name once. I'm like, oh, you're right. Like that's actually
Yeah, it's
how you
Rattata.
say his name.
I changed your world.
You did.
Oh my god.
And I think there's more than one word that's actually happened that you've pronounced correctly and changed my life.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's definitely, I can't think of any offhand, but there's definitely stuff where, like, I said it wrong for a long time, and then just something you hear it, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh. And then there are definitely, the one that's always tough is, like, someone's name. Where, you have a way of pronouncing someone's name, and unless you hear them say it, you never know for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, me and my dad always used to argue about, and I'll say it the right way, Mario Lemieux, of the Pittsburgh Penguins, one of the greatest hockey players of all time. I was always like, it's Mario. Because I think I heard him say it once, Mario.
He said his own name?
I believe so. And my dad was always like, it's Mario. And I was like, it's Mario. Like, it's Mario Lemieux.
Is he French?
French-Canadian.
Yeah, I guess I don't know that language well enough to have any sort of idea.
And then one time, for like an all-star game, you got this, back in the day, the announcer was like, Mario Lemieux, and my dad held that over me forever. And I was like, he can be wrong, and he was. It's Mario.
Yeah, like I swear half the time when I was watching the Wings when they had Hasek on, or Hasek, I don't want to say his name. It's the same thing.
It's Hasek.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure I've heard them called Hasek a lot.
That's the Americanized way, because he's from the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Or Czechoslovakia, technically. You know, that great nation. Czechoslovakia was such like a fucked up thing. Do you know about that? Like the history of it?
No, I don't.
Like the Czechs and the Slovaks are not similar at all. And the country just got created. World War One, maybe post World War One. I don't want to be very wrong about that, but it was just created by like superpowers, and they just pushed the two like groups of people together into one country. So clearly, it was gonna fail.
Was that like a colony they wanted for some reason or something?
I don't know. I think it was just when they were trying to reconstruct Europe. Something had happened. You got it.
Okay.
Wow, hat trick. Is that bad?
I think you broke it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. First down.
Hat trick is that bad? That's a Dan quote right there. I only started saying that because of you. You know what else I do? Exclusive. So we were talking earlier, you and I, about like how when somebody gets words and like they stay in their vernacular and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've definitely picked up like phrases and sayings because of you.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Many. I can't think of any right now, but like no, like
it's probably for the better.
Well, no, because they're not. I don't think of them as special or different. They're just like things I start saying, and I'm like, that's a damn thing. I 100% lost my train of thought about this.
About what words?
What I was
or
trying
phrases
to say.
That I've.
Fuck, I don't remember. What was I saying before that?
Before you got on about that, the Czech Republic?
Dude, I have no idea. It's gone.
Hey, it happens.
It's gone.
Guess it wasn't that important.
No, it was. We were talking about vernaculars and phrases.
Well, to what you were saying, I know that my friend Andrew says a lot of stuff that I do now. Like, he always, like, segues from one point to another by saying also, which I don't know.
Huh.
It's kind of hard to explain, but he says also a lot.
Right,
and
okay.
I've started saying that all the time because of him.
Okay. Ah, man, I really wish I could think of any of them. I know there are a few times where I'm like, oh, that's a damn thing, for sure. And just phrases that, like, you know, hadn't heard. I'm like, I love it, and I love the way you use that phrase. Like,
En fuego.
and fuego. There it is. That's the best one. But I don't know, little things. Oh God, I can't, what's the word you made up too? I always forget it here and there.
Nuendo.
No.
For the okay.
No, that was different. The there's one word that you made up. Go for it. Oh God, I can't. It's not phantasmagorical. That's a real word.
Yeah, that is a
it's
real
like
word.
it sounds English. Dear God, it's one of those like we would just put it in sentences to see if people would
enhancers.
Yeah, sentence enhance. But you'd put it in to see if like people admit to be, you know, if they'll play along with it or if they'll be like, I don't know what that means because it's literally not a word.
Yeah.
But so when they go like, oh fuck, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know a lot of stupid words that I use to like pretend like I was smart, like didactic. We use that one a lot.
No, that's a real word.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I can think
man.
of dumb stuff like we've run a bridge, which isn't a real thing.
It's not a real thing, but no, it's one word and it sounds like a real word. And I, for the life of me, cannot. I've said it so many times too, just in my life.
Huh.
Oh, and it's always right.
Oh, my bad,
thank
dude.
you. It's always like right here, like I can feel it. It's not like gigantic or anything like that, but it's like in a similar vein, if that makes sense.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. What is it?
What is it?
I don't know.
If anyone knows, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. What are we talking about?
You win a prize. Hoppa!
We'll have to figure out that word and also the sound that Joe made when he was
God,
playing
our friend
a
Joe
bunch of video games.
Used to make this sound, and it was hilarious. And the problem is we cannot remember what the sound is because it's been a few years since we've heard him do it. The man lives outside of Las Vegas now. He's in the Air Force. This one's for you, buddy. Love you, Joe.
Yeah.
Serving this nation. Joe is the least like patriotic person I've ever met, and the fact that he went in to like serve the nation is fucking hilarious to me. I love you, Joe.
It is.
But he'd just make this sound. It was so funny. I don't know. We can't even pretend to do it. That's the thing. Have you ever tried to describe like a sound to someone? You sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you can try to think of a word. God damn it. I cannot think of this word you made up. I'm going to remember it, and it's not going to be as impressive as I've been like making it out to be, but
it's way overhyped at this point.
It is. Oh, it's not like glorgomic. I want to say it starts with a G. I want to say it starts with a G, but I'm not positive.
Is it Gargoyle?
It's Gargoyle. It's Gargoyle. All right, now we know. So yeah, sometimes I just slip it into sentences, and people are like, "Oh yeah, gargoyles." I'm like, "You fucking idiot! You took the bait."
Yeah, that's not a real word.
Stupid.
That's not a real word, dummy.
I got it. Boof. Oh man, I'm really. Remember when we learned clandestine?
Yes, sir.
Was that to like sneakily or like secretively?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe that's right.
That was from reading Catch-22.
Yes,
I
sir.
remember that. You came back and you're like, I wrote down all the words I liked.
That's right. I still have that in my wallet right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, remember when we would read the dictionary and just write down the fun words?
Oh, man.
Do you remember when we found... I don't know if you've realized this at this point, but I have, because this was years ago, but how we found, like, Kamehameha, and it's actually Kamehameha?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, that changed my life, too. And there's actually, a time where the, announcer says Kamehameha like a normal person, and you can hear it, as opposed to them screaming it, and
Wow.
you can't tell that it's not Kamehameha.
Yeah, because it was King Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, we used to play Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 2 excessively.
Way too much.
And if all goes right, we'll hopefully be playing that game really soon.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a fucking Fury fest.
Oh yes,
That's
I'm
the
looking
word.
forward to
Fury
that.
Fest.
Yeah, that's it. Gargoyle.
Are you going to join us for the Fury festivities? There will be gargoyles.
Really pulled a gargoyle on him. Gargoyled all over him.
Yeah, when I took that art history class, and they were like, they would use gargoyles for the whatever time period.
You're like, that's my word. You can't say that.
I was like, God, this is fake history. This is artificial history. Ta-da! Boom, boom, boom. Did I don't know if I talked about it on here, but that class, how I took an art history class the first time I was going to school, and it was fine. It was fine. I slept through almost all of it, but it was fine. It had its interesting moments, you know. But I accidentally took it again after I dropped out and went back, because they changed the name of it, and I didn't recognize it. It was like they changed it to like medieval history something, but it was the beginning of time to medieval history, and I go to class the first day. It was with the same professor, because I'd always thought, like, man, if I could take art history again, being a good student now and being interested, like, I think I'd love it. And so it's the same professor as the time before. Oops, bad angle. And I'm like, okay, this should be good. In the same room, whatever. And class starts, and she starts talking, and I was like, no. Oh, fuck, no. No. And I realized that it's the same class I'd already taken.
Yeah.
So about 20 minutes into the class, I left, and I never came back. And it turned out my sister had, like, 2 friends who were in that class, and they're like, I was in a class with your brother. He walked out the first day and never came back. And she was like, yep, sounds like Adam.
Yeah.
That's the only time something like that's happened, but yeah, it was. I don't know why I thought. Oh, gargoyles. That's. I was like, how did I get on that topic? It was gargoyles.
That made-up thing that we made up.
Yeah. My teacher. She was like, yeah, no, I lied. They're not real, just like monsters.
Yeah, I had an art history class. I took it at a community college over the summer, and they believed in Egypt, like as if that was a real place once, you know.
That really took me by surprise just now. That whole sentence.
Yeah, it was like there were pharaohs and stuff. And I'm like, can you believe this guy? What a sucker.
My, how terrible it is to. That really, you threw me off. I had a really hard time for a
Mission
second.
accomplished.
Oh, it didn't go. Oh, whee! Wow. Wowee.
I can fly.
I can see. I can fight. Oh, man. That was an old Fairly Odd Parents episode where he, like, had to go help King Arthur.
I remember that.
Oh, man, but King Arthur, like, was this little kid who couldn't see anything, so he was so weak and scrawny. Then Timmy put glasses on him, and he's just like, I can see. I can fight! And gets immediately toasted by the dragon, and Timmy wishes him back to life. And he's like, I can breathe! I can fight!
I want to meet the guy that does that voice for all those cartoons. Because it's like that is the same guy probably that did SpongeBob's thing, like when he's jellyfishing and he puts on glasses.
Yeah.
And I forget exactly what he says, but like that's a trope in every cartoon from that era.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the guy who voices SpongeBob. He does so many voices. Dude, it's nuts.
Do you know if that is the same guy that does that really deep voice in his normal voice?
What do you mean, what really deep voice?
Like the...
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah.
He's also Patchy the Pirate. He's also the, like, the French Goulagoon. That's him.
Yeah.
Same guy.
That's also SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Wow.
He does so many fucking voices. If I can... I think I'll be able to find a picture of him with, like, all the characters he's done. I can put it on... If it doesn't happen, sorry, but I think I can put it in the episode just so you can look. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it is good. Well, that will be a good way to end this episode. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.